Hey guys, it's Hannah here, and today I'm here with my 2017 beauty favourites. So most of these are products that I've discovered in 2017 or late 2016 that have become favourites. If you guys are interested in kind of my favourite all-time favourites, I will have, if I remember, to put a card with the If All My Makeup Disappeared tag with Erin. They're obviously my kind of holy grail favourites because everything disappeared with the first things I'll repurchase. So I will link that in the card above. I don't know if it's this side or this side. Anyway, let's get into it. I have not tried any new primers this year. Well, I have. But I've kind of had 3 new ones in rotation in the last kind of 2 months, and I've been trying to pan some, so I really haven't been able to narrow down those new products yet, so keep an eye out for next year to see if they make it to favourites. But I do have 2 foundations I want to mention. The first is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. I'm in the shade 1N1 Ivory Nude. This is one of the new shades they came out with at the start of this year, at least in Australia. I think this has been out in the States for a little while longer. But it came out in Australia in the start of this year, and it is now lighter than the last neutral shade they had. And then there's an even lighter shade than this as well. I really love this foundation, particularly for long wear days. Now I have the other foundation on today because I don't have a super long day today. But tomorrow's Christmas Eve, Monday is Christmas. This is going to be what's on my face because I know when I wear this, it will last all day, it will look good all day. I don't have to touch up a super amount, particularly if I kind of mattify the skin first. So in summer, this is going to be like, well, it is summer. But in January, this will be probably the only foundation I'll be able to wear because my face just slides off most times. And I'm really lucky that I've been able to get away with wearing a lighter coverage foundation at the moment. Because I have had a dermatitis outbreak, so I didn't want to have too much full coverage on, and the double wear can kind of freak my skin out if I wear it too often and I don't cleanse properly, which I have been doing. But that is why I have been reaching for my Too Faced Peach Perfect Foundation. This is a really gorgeous medium coverage foundation, which I've really been enjoying lately. It's what I have on at the moment. It keeps me matte for a really nice amount of time. I do have a glowy primer on underneath today, if you can pick that up kind of through the center of the face. But I love how this sits on my skin. I love the finish of it. I love how it wears. I wore this to the Blush Beauty wedding, so you know it's good when I wear it to wedding. I wear the shade Snow. So I do feel that in winter when I'm at my fairest, not that I get particularly dark in summer because I'm so fair naturally, this will be a little bit dark in the middle of winter, I find. Because in the middle of winter, I'll show you what I am. I am the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte in 101, which is really fair and really pink. Which at the moment makes me look ghostly, which is quite funny. But this looks perfect at the moment. So this is a lighter shade and it will be too light for me in winter, which makes me sad. So I do hope they expand the range in this, but we'll see. Next we have concealer, and if you guys have been around for any length of time this year, you know Tarte Shape Tape. I feel like this is was everyone's favourite concealer last year. I didn't get my hands on it until the start of this year, and I picked up the shade Fair Neutral, which is super duper light. It is great for winter, and if I'm just using it around my eyes, but I did pick up when I was in the States Light Sand to kind of mix with it, so that I have kind of 2 shades I can work with together, because I find if Fair Neutral can just add a little bit of dryness to my under eyes, which considering I'm oily is really strange, but when I mix it together it's perfect. And I love this concealer, just like everyone seems to do. Next we have All Over Face Powder, and the only one I've really used for long enough, because I've kind of been using a whole lot of different things. Again, I've just come back from the States, so I have been kind of using all of my new things and playing around. But I did go through a mini size of this at the start of the year, and this is Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. I got a mini size of this in my Sephora Favourite set in November last year. And I used that entire mini up and have gone out and purchased the full size when I was in the States this year. I love it. I have it on today. I love how it makes my skin feel. It's just super smooth and soft. It doesn't make me too matte, but it doesn't make me shiny at all. And it's really, love this stuff. And there's the deeper shade if you are deeper. Bronzer, I used up I used up a small size of the NARS Laguna bronzer and did go out and purchase the new Sunwash Laguna bronzer because I really love the shade, and I haven't played with this one enough to say if it's a favourite, but I do love the shade Laguna in the original NARS bronzer. But I'm really hoping I love this one as well. The other thing, I've been panning bronzer all year, which this is going to be a sneak peek because I haven't even filmed my final project pan. This is the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster Bronzer in light to medium. Finally hit pan on this. I've been using this pretty much all year. I love this bronzer because it does add that warmth to my skin that I do lose because I am so fair. I love it, and it's really buildable because being so fair, you don't want your bronzers to look ridiculous. This, I love how it wears on the skin. I love that I can build it to what I want. Really like that. Yes, I know I didn't purchase that this year, but this is the year that I fell in love with it. So that's why I'm counting it. If I've previously loved something, I'll put it in a favourites. Check previous favourites videos. Next is a blush. This is really the only blush that I've fallen in love with this year. Everything else I've kind of previously loved and mentioned. This is the MAC blush in Warm Soul. I mentioned this in my November favourites as something I've just looked at for so long, and I'm just like, I'm not going to like it. I don't like peachy blushes. But now I'm going for peachy eyes and peachy lips. And a peachy blush goes perfect with that. This blush goes even when I'm wearing like a cool look. It is just the most stunning. It just blends into the skin so well and gives you a really nice glowiness without being like shimmery. Like it gives you a freshness without being shimmery, and I freaking love it. You can build it up. I'm a blush fiend. I do like a lot of blush, and I can still build this up to the intensity I like, and I freaking love it. Highlighters. In the year of highlighters that was, there is one that I've had for the whole year that I feel like when you start to wear away the embossing on a gelée product, it shows you how much you use it. This is the Laura Mercier Face Illuminator in Devotion. I feel like I just love Laura Mercier highlighters, if we're being honest, because you guys know my holy grail is Highlight 01 in the Matte Radiance. Devotion is much more of that kind of from space highlighter. It's super duper kind of, it does have like flecks of glitter in it, but I don't see that show up on the face. It's really pretty pink shade. This is the formula they come out with in their holiday palettes. Last year's holiday palette had all 4 of the permanent shades in it. This year's is different. But they do have 4 permanent shades. There is Devotion, then there's a champagne, a gold, and then a bronze, depending on your skin tone. And I just love this formula. I love how it blends into the skin, gives you a really bright highlight. I don't have it on today because I have a more peachy look. And I feel like for the last 2 months, I've been wearing one of these 2 highlighters I'm about to mention. And you guys probably know what they are. Dior Nude Air Luminizer in 001 from the holiday collection. This, I wish this was permanent because the texture of this is absolutely divine. Now this is, as I said, a little bit more on a peachy side, and it's not as blingy as Devotion. Don't know if you're going to be able to see that. But the way it sits on the skin and glows is freaking divine. I love it. I love the way it sits on my skin. It's much more of a glow than a From Space highlighter, and I love it. If I want more of a From Space highlighter, Anastasia Glow Kit in Sugar. I love this because I can wear I have worn 3 of the 4 shades. I'm yet to wear Butterscotch purely because I know it's going to be too dark for me. It is a very, very gold shade. Oh, I could possibly pull it off. I've even been topping these just kind of right here when I'm wearing a different highlighter because these are stunning. My favorite is Starburst. I love mixing Gumdrop with my Laura Mercier highlighter because it is the one that is a little bit more kind of chunky, glittery. And I find that with the Laura Mercier, it picks up the colors of Gumdrop without the chunkiness. And then Marshmallow is just a super pretty white gold color. And this is, I think I'm going to use more in winter when it really is that kind of, I'm at my fairest and need the brightest of brights. So that is face products for my brows. Last year I mentioned the Benefit Goof Proof. This year I'm talking about the Anastasia Brow Definer in taupe. And I prefer this over the Goof Proof. And I mentioned last year that the Goof Proof was cheaper, so why would I need this one? The color of taupe in the Anastasia is better for my brows than the number 2 Goof Proof. I find the Goof Proof in winter is just too dark for me. But Anastasia taupe is just gorgeous. I love how quick it is. I have gone and repurchased a Brow Wiz. But this brow definer, I do have quite large brows. So for me, it's really easy to just go in with this, fill them in, and then I'll use a thin pencil, currently using the NYX Micro Brow, and just shape up around the edges. And I love it. I love the look it gives to my brows, the naturalness. Love it. Next we have eyes, and the first thing I want to talk about is 2 palettes. I think I bought one of these this year and one of them I've had for a while. These are the 2 Tarte mini palettes, or 2 of the Tarte mini palettes. So I've got the Tarte Lateez and the Tarteist Pro to go, and I really want the Tarte Heat mini palette. But I just find the quality of these shadows is better than the Tarte full-size palettes. I don't know why, but they are just so much easier to blend. The pigmentation is stunning. This color here, Crush, has got like a glitter to it, and it's just divine. It really reminds me of the Tarte metallic shadows, which I also really love, but I forgot to grab them out. They're another kind of fine this year. And the mattes as well. I have the Tarteist Original. I just find the mattes don't blend super well, but I find the mattes in this one blend better. And then we've got the Pro to go, which has the more metallic shades in there. Let me just grab a wipe. The Pro to go has the little like metallic ones here. And again, they're so stunning. Again, they remind me, like, so pigmented. And like this one's probably, I prefer this one, just the color selection gives me like a full look. I prefer the quality of these palettes to the big Tarte palettes, and I just think, yeah, definitely grab the mini ones. They're so nice. The Tarte Metallic Shadow singles as well. Let me quickly grab them out. I have these 3 here. So we've got Poker Face, Exposed, and what is this one here? Shakedown. And they are just the most gorgeous metallics. Like, they're stunning. I love those shadows. A palette that, again, I didn't get this year. I got it at the end of last year. But the Viseart Minx Theory palette. I need more Viseart shadows in my life. I thought about getting the Neutral Mattes palette when I was in the States, but I ended up getting my other favourite, which I'm glad I got because it's now a favourite. But this palette is the one that calls to me the most out of the Theory palette, so I am glad I have this one. You need such the smallest amount of these shadows, and they just give the most stunning blended eye looks, and these shimmers are like absolutely insane. You can tell I love the like cranberry shades. Love this palette. If you are new to Vizia, definitely check out the Theory palette. I think it's a great way to try a mix of mattes and shimmers, rather than invest in one of the big palettes. But super, super pretty. My affordable option of shadows that I've fallen in love with this year, and I'm pretty sure I did get these at the start of this year or the end of last year. These are the Colourpop pressed shadows. These are freaking incredible. These, I really like the mattes, but the metallics are really what gets me. These two in particular, High Strung and, what are you, Glass Slipper? Ringer. Glass Slipper's a makeup geek. These metallics are just stunning. I have my eyes on a couple of other ones coming out. Not coming out, but even the purples. Purples are so hard to do, particularly in a matte formula, and the purple shades are really gorgeous. This one's probably not my least favorite. It's a matte with glitter, and I just don't particularly like that style of formula. But I specifically tried this palette on the other day because the other favorite is what I have on today, is the Too Faced Just Peachy Matte palette. And I have a really similar kind of colour layout between these two. And I made my Colourpop palette before this was a thing. But I feel like I have a kind of similar colour layout, so I tried these again just to make sure I also enjoyed them as much as I enjoy this, and I really do. On my eyelids is the MAC in Extra Dimension shadow in, what's that called? That's another highlighter I forgot. The eyeshadow's in Sweet Heat, but I will talk about the highlighter in a second. Too Faced Just Peachy Matte's palette. I have barely touched another palette since I've been home. I've used all of my new palettes at least once. Some of them I've used twice, but this has basically been everything that's on my eyes. I've been loving this kind of, not highlight, it's not even a fully cut crease, but a defined crease and then a shimmer all over the lid. I've done a full matte look with this. It's just beautiful. I don't have any colours like it. I do enjoy the Too Faced formula. I find their mattes perform better than their shimmers, and I think that's why I love this so much. Speaking of that highlighter, I completely forgot about. For colourful highlighter, the MAC in Extreme Dimension highlighters that came out this year, and I've like worn off the embossing on this one. This is in Show Gold. And it is the one that's gold and then reflects pink. Oh my goodness, I freaking love this highlighter. I hope that's catching on camera. Love that highlighter. I picked that up at IMAX at the end of last year, but again, I fell in love with it during this year, and it came out for everyone at the start of this year. So, love that formula of eyeshadow. Highlighter. Wow. Back to eyes, the eyeliner that impressed me the most this year was the L'Oreal Super Slim Infallible Eyeliner. I have this on today. Daniel picked this up in the Boyfriend Buys My Makeup Challenge in the States, and it is awesome. You guys know I'm Ride or Die Kat Von D Trooper, and I still love that. This is a felt tip rather than a brush tip, and I prefer over the Stila Stay All Day. I had a mini I was using, and I was comparing the Stila and the L'Oreal, and I prefer the L'Oreal. This is super easy, super quick, super great to do a wing, and I love this eyeliner and definitely recommend. And then same with mascara from the drugstore, the Essence Lash Princess. This is the Volume Mascara. I have it on today again. I really like this mascara. I tried the L'Oreal Lash Paradise and it just was not for me. I don't know if I got a dud tube, but it was dry from the get-go. This is freaking incredible. I love what this does for my lashes. Super easy. It gives me the same effect as my Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara for $5. So, you know what I'll be buying in the future? And the Tarte was my Holy Grail mascara. So the fact that it gives me the exact same look on my lashes, I love it. Last but not least, we have lips. I have two lip liners I want to talk about. The first is the MAC lip pencil in Dervish. I have this on today. This is a really pretty, just neutral pinky lip liner. I love it. It works really well. It keeps my lipsticks on and it creates a great definition. And then the other one is the Marc Jacobs Long Wear Pout Liner in Primrose. This is like the very end of it. This is absolutely stunning. This lip liner, it's a little bit more on the warmer side. I panned this year and it's freaking incredible. The one issue was it did break off, which is why I was panning it. But the actual lip liner itself, I bought one for Mum because it stays like no one else. My lipstick will wear off, but I will still have this liner and I fill my whole lip in and I will still have the colour there. Mum has an issue of eating off her lipstick and she finds that even at the end of the day, she'll still have a tint of pink from the lip liner she has on. And it's this, and it's incredible, and it's expensive, but if you're going to use it every day and you're going to go through it, I definitely recommend it. Last but not least, we have lipsticks. Again, I don't know if I bought any of these this year, but they're ones that I've fallen in love with this year. These two I know I didn't buy this year. These are the two Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. I have Bitch Perfect and Secret Selma. I have Bitch Perfect on today, and it is just the perfect warm nude shade for me. I do prefer putting it with a cooler tone lip liner, just personal preference, but it has literally been the only thing that's been on my lips the last 2 months besides my NARS Rokugan and my, what else am I trying to pan? The MAC lip gloss. And I have been throwing in a little bit, if I'm wearing a nude lip. If I'm wearing a bold lip, it's been NARS Audacious, which I love the formula. Let's not get off track. But this has been the best nude for these peachy looks I've been going for. You guys know that my favorite type of lipstick color is a mauvey nude, and Secret Selma is really that. It is a little bit more pink than my Urban Decay Matte Back Talk, but I love this color. And my favorite bold lip of the year has been the MAC Lip Tensity Lipstick in Clara Cast. This is just stunning. This is like one swipe wonderfulness. This formula, I wish there was more colors I liked in this formula because it's so incredible. It's full color in one swipe. It wears a really long time, but it's still hydrating on the lips. I love it. I haven't fallen in love with any new liquid lipsticks this year. Like, I love liquid lipsticks, don't get me wrong, but nothing new has knocked my socks off this year that I haven't talked about before. So, yes. If you guys want to see my current skincare routine, which has pretty much all of my favorites for the year, let me know in the comments down below. Yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and let me know what products you guys have been loving that you found in 2017 or have fallen in love with in 2017. And click subscribe, stay tuned for more videos, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.